The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the January 31st, wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Dial on in. Right now is just fine. 877-927-6648. Hey, if you can't dial in, you can always let your fingers do the walking. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, and inside the Tiger's Den, hey, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, the Dow up 148 points, 26,226 is the print. S&P's up 6.5. NASDAQ 100 up 30 points, about 0.4%. Russell 2000 down 2 points. Otherwise, the rest of the primary indices are to the upside. Spot VIX index down about 80 cents. That's nearly 6% to the downside. Gold's up $3. Silver up 16 pennies. That's about 1% to the upside. Natural gas back nearly 7%. Leading the charge here this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, it's Amazon up $25, 1.75%. Equinix up 18, Boeing up 17, that's 5% to the upside. Shutterfly up 12%, that's interesting on that stock. To the downside, you've got Credit Acceptance Corp, CACC down $29, 8%. The Priceline is off $21, 1%. You've got Illumina Inc. off $7, Martin Marietta off about $7, Legan Pharmaceuticals $7. They're really between $6 and $7 to the downside. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. We already do have a couple of questions that have come in. But first, let's go take a look at the markets, try to get a feel for what's going on here. So what does this mean with the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ up, Russell being down? You know, is there any meaning here? Or what is it? That's the question I would ask, is what is it Stevie is looking at out there? Because to anticipate and expect that we were going to see a bouncer bottom, that was an easy thing to do. You know how to do it. You know that secret formula. Not so secret because I've shared that secret sauce with you. And you know that 2 days ago when we had that spot volatility index, 1 day rate of change, that was the exact number was, what was it? Give me a moment here. I'd like to quote it properly. It was 24.68%. And we know that within 2 days, normally it has been 1 day, but within 2 days, what we know is you should anticipate either a bounce or bottom inside the market. Now, right now, I'm going for bottom, but we have to watch this very closely. Now, there are a couple other tools out there that also suggest the same thing. Now, it just may take a few days in order for that bottom to form. However, if I take a look at the S&P 500, that's what we're looking at right now. That is a chart that, in essence, is at the top of your screen, and in essence is controlled by, or at least with regard to the tools that you and I look at with regard to the spot volatility index. This is the indice that we are watching. So if that's the case, what else is it that you and I need to watch? Well, it is this chart right here. It is this chart that shows the daily market breadth for the S&P 500, and that's utilizing the TAS profile systems. So this analysis, now this is going to be an end of day. Right now at 1:11 in the afternoon, you see a bearish cross. That can change at the end of the day. So this is, because it's a daily chart, this is an end of the day chart. But we do need to watch it. It has a it has a bearish cross as we speak right now. Now, you want to have follow through if, in fact, this is how it ends the day. Now, you might say, what's a bearish cross mean? Well, a bearish cross is where right now there are 129 issues inside the S&P 500. So that's 25, nearly 26% of them where prices traded above the top of the box. That is designed or meant to be bullish. There are 141, so 28.2% that are trading below. Now, look, there's quite a few issues trading in the center of the box. Those are neutral. There's 230 of those puppies out there. But still, you've got a crossover. Now, the last time on a daily basis inside the S&P 500 that we saw a bullish cross was back on August 29th. I think we took a look at this yesterday, you and I. And that was a nice signal to just simply have stayed with the long position and signal at that stage. We did see a brief bearish crossover on November 15th, but it was very short-lived. It was only for like about, I guess it was really for about an hour or so, was it? No, it was for a day. It was for one day, and then boom, back up. So we're going to say that the best use of this tool, well, first is to pay attention to it. Second is to see follow through on the next session. But that really makes it easy for us to try to gauge and figure out whether this chart is just having kind of a one-day wonder, or is there something more to it out here? And the something more to it would really come from this next chart. And that would come from taking a look at the TAS daily futures, I should say the futures equity contracts out here. And specifically, we're taking a look at the ES Mini, which did form a brand new profile this morning. Whoops, why is that happening out here? Every now and then this works. There we go. So let me see if I can do it this way. There we go. So here's the brand new profile. If you're watching us on TigerTV, it doesn't matter whether you are or you aren't, I'm going to give you the numbers. 2809. Is the bottom of the box. 2844 is the center of the box, and 2861 is the top of the box. Not until, and when I mean not until, I mean not until there's a close below the bottom of the box are we going to go ahead and give the market breadth we're not going to give it the benefit of the doubt. We will not give it the benefit of the doubt. We want to see two levels of support cracked, broken, because I can make the case that all that is going on right now as the market is trying to form a bottom is over the course of the next few days, we're going to see price in the ES Mini go down and test the bottom of that box at 2809. It would be a close below that bottom, combined with the market breadth that you and I just looked at, that would then say, okay, there's something else going on here. What is that something else? Well, we'd have to come back to that. But that's what we want to focus our attention on, in my opinion. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back from this break. We're going to go take a look at United Health. We're going to take a look at anything that anyone took the time to send me an email on. And then we can come back to these general markets. But you've got this whole market figured out. You know what to pay attention to. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental, so I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earned me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So the first question came in from the golf guy. I wanted to take a look at United Health. Just would like my opinion, I think, on the equity. So like we do with any stock that you and I look at, one of the first places we turn to are these is this page here that shows us our 3 different time frames: daily, weekly, and monthly. And it provides us with our TAS market profiles and just other pieces of information that are pertinent here. Now, when we take a look at the daily out here, we can see that this thing gapped down big yesterday, big volume, wide price spread. All right, so because you've got the gap to the downside, so we know we have wide price spread here. And the volume behind that move was 11.5 million. Today, this thing tried to move higher and actually close the gap, the bottom of which is 247.40. That was the low from a couple of days ago. Today's high, 247 even, Steven. So there's a bit of a gap there. That's resistance. Price right now is trading below the TAS daily profile, 239.28. Is it a problem? It's not great. I think what we see here at the moment, we're going to just simply call some type of upper level consolidation. Now, the reason that we're going to draw that conclusion, because if we did look at this weekly chart, we'd say, oh, that's not very good. The reason it's not very good is because you have a bearish engulfing candle, you have a key reversal session, and I'm sure we can find an A to B equals CD that completes out here. But we have at least one more tool that you and I can rely upon. We can rely upon it with all the certainty in the world that it helps us to not jump on the wrong side of the trade too quickly. Meaning, in this case here, there's no reason to sell it, and there's certainly no reason to short it. It'd be one way of also saying short it by selling it, but he's in a long position. And the reason is because price is still traded above Stevie's red line. Now, the red line number out here looks to be about 237.07 is the number. So you'd like to see on a weekly basis, that means Friday, doesn't mean today, doesn't mean tomorrow, it means Friday, you'd like to see price close above that level. So at the moment, and United Health is, if I look at the monthly chart, and that's what's going to end today, if we look at this monthly chart, no problema. Volume-wise so far for the month, 79 million shares. Last month was 55. The month before, 51. Of course, a lot of that volume came in yesterday. But I think the thought process that this is over, I say right now, what United Health is doing is just trying to figure it out. It's just consuming information and very likely moving sideways. So, Golf Guy, there's your answer on United Health. We've got a couple other questions, or another question that came in here. This one is from HS out here. It says, hi, Stephen. Greetings from Detroit, the Motor City. I will say greetings back at you. I'm currently holding HPQ and Marvell. I would like your take on where you think they could rise to. Thanks and have a good day. Well, you got to like that outlook, because HS just believes they can only rise. Very interesting. But let's try to go answer that question. Where could it rise to? And for that, we're just simply going to come take a look at this A to B equals CD pattern here and look at the monthly chart. Now, here's what we know. There's a 1-to-1 price projection level that it has already closed above. And that was at 22.42 out here. I believe this was a confirmed A to B equals CD. It was 494 million shares traded in January 2015, the B point. And when that was passed, it was not with volume, was it? When it was passed, it was 494. No, it most certainly wasn't. Does it matter? No. You like to see that. Do you have to have that in order for an A to B equals CD to complete? No, you don't. Here's what we know. This thing is headed to its next price projection area. That's 2609. This is the long term out here. We also know that the swing point from April in 2010 had 554 million shares, the low of which is 2357. The high this month is 2410. We're trading down at 2339. If this closes today above 2357, that would suggest it's going to go test that high of 2486. What happens if it doesn't close above that level being the bottom of April 2010? Then you've got a failure on price and volume. But is there anything else that we have to worry about out here? And the answer is no. And the reason why I say no is if we take a look at what this has done over the past 5-6 trading sessions or so, basically since January 18th, we'll call it, most certainly since January 24th, is just trade with inside a bullish structured market profile. I would have a different outlook if this closed below 2320. But this too just simply churning sideways. That's HP Inc. HPQ is the ticker symbol. Now it's going to need to close above 2396 in order to make that move up to the price level that we gave you on the monthly base of 2609. But that's what it looks like it's doing to me, and that is for HS. Now HS wanted to take a look at Marvell, MRVL. So I just say Marvy. Let's go take a look at Marvy, see what it's doing. And again, the thought process here was this can only move higher. Is that the case out here? Well, you have a brand new weekly profile. It formed this week. It absolutely did. And what this tells us is that the top of the box for this week is the top of the box from the prior 5-6 weeks out here since December 11th, 2017. So 2421. That is a very large area of resistance out here. And now the nice news is that support has moved up. Used to be support at about 2169. No, yeah, I take that back. Support is still 2169. The bottom is the same. The difference is the center line of the box. That's at 2253. So at this stage here, you'd have to conclude, I would conclude, on a weekly basis, Marvell, MRVL, has got beautiful support at 2169. Beautiful resistance, if you consider that to be beautiful, at 24.21. Point of control, everybody's happy with prices about 22.53 out there. Before this thing can move higher, that's what it's got to bust through. If it can bust through that area, do we have any other price projection out here? I would say, yeah. I would say this would be headed back towards its January 2006 swing point level. 27.56, that's the low, up to 36.84. That is on Marvell Technologies, MRVL. That covers this segment of the show where we go take a look at questions answered by you, the viewers and the listeners. So the lines are open. Even the email lines are open. Let your fingers do the walking. Go ahead and send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. We'll go take a look at it. We do have another question coming in from the Tigers Den, so we're going to go right to that, and that's to take a look at UNG. Of course, you know the playbook out here. We can't go look at UNG right away. We have to go take a look at the natural gas contract. And unfortunately, because of some system difficulties that I have, I've got to pull up the continuous contract for you. But in essence, this is suggesting to you and I, if this is correct, this doesn't look that great out here. It's trading below some levels of support. So let's do this, you and I, Bob, in Spokane. Let's go take a look at those TAS market profiles for the natural gas contract. We'll do that when we get back from the break. We'll go peek in on UNG. Of course, folks, take your time. Not too much time, though. Send those cards and letters. Send your request to the Stevie hotline. TFNN. We'll be right back.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tigers Den. The Tigers Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tigers Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tigers Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at, for Bob inside the Tiger's Den, trying to take a look at natural gas he wants to take a look at UNG, which we will. But in order to do that, we really have to take a look at the underlying instrument or instruments to gauge what's going on here. And if we take a look at this, you've got a 60, a 240, a daily, and a weekly set of charts out here going from left to right. And one of the things that you'll notice on the short term, 60-minute, you'll notice on the 240-minute term, you will see that it's basically red bars. Now, the 60-minute bar has turned orange. That means that there's a new profile that is going to form out here, or should form. May even be by 205 or something like that. But there should be a new profile that would release a series of support and resistance areas. Nothing on the 240-minute chart. And in the daily chart, not really so good. This is a daily chart formed 2 days ago. And price is trading below the bottom of that box. And that was at $3, 3.02. So that's not a good thing. All right, you're trading below, in essence, those first three charts, 60, 240, daily. They do not look good out here. Now, the day is young. Price could close back above 302, and then you have a level of support that would have been tested. Now, that box itself, that daily box, has a bullish structure. So closing below that is kind of like, really bad. All right. If it wasn't a bullish structure, we could say, by a bullish structure, the way I view that should be strong support. And if that front line gets rolled over, well, they're gone. They're toast, they're history. There's not many soldiers left to fight that battle. So then we've got to say, where are the other soldiers? And the other soldiers in this case here for the March contract for natural gas is going to be at the price point of $2.90. Now, if we take a look at that weekly boxes formed about 5 weeks ago, we can see that this week price got up towards the very top of that box. That was at 327. It didn't get there entirely. It got to 3.259. That's pretty darn close to 3.272. That structure of that box was bearish. Slightly bearish. Center line of that box closer to top, 312 versus 327 versus the bottom at 290. So, Bob, I would say that in light of the charts that you and I are looking at 132 in the afternoon, natural gas is going to head lower, $2.90 out there. Now, if we take a look at UNG, no idea what this is going to show when we take a look at our three time frames out here. But the reality is whatever profiles that show up here, they're way different than take a look at the contract. I mean, take a look at this monthly chart out here. Take a look at this weekly chart out here, right? Weekly. Let's look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart on UNG, maybe not so bad, but it is back inside the box, being below 25.91. And if I were not to look at the underlying instrument, the meaning inside this chart here would say, well, if you're below the bottom or the top of the box, 25.91, this thing wants to run down to 21.01. Now, maybe it wants to do that, but if that's going to occur, you need to see the bottom of that weekly chart just totally give way at the 290 level. So let's stick with 290. I don't know if you're in it. If you're looking to get in it, what you do is you'd watch 290, then you'd switch over to a shorter term time frame chart, maybe a 30-minute time frame chart, and what you'd want to see there is perhaps a market profile high get taken out by that next retracement, some type of game plan like that. But at this moment, $2.90 is Steve-O's call on light. No, that wasn't Light Sweet Crew. What am I saying out here? That was on natural gas. We got RH. Robert sends in an email. Let's go to Robert's email. He says, hi, Steve. I say, hi, Robert. Could you show me the TAS market profiles for BB? I'm looking for long entry for the medium term. So let's go take a look at that. Let's go put on our three time frames. Let's go first see what is BB. It's not BB King. It is Blackberry. So you're looking for an entry from an intermediate time frame on BB. Now, typically what we would do is we go take a look at the weekly chart out here, and the weekly chart number would have been 1278, but you'd be cautious right now. And the reason you'd be cautious is because you are trading below it. You'll watch this come Friday. Is price trading above or at 1278. If it does, then that's your entry price, as long as price gets above that. And the reason is we're going to turn price off on this chart because you can't really see the market profiles that well. But what you and I know, just like Dave Mason would say, when we take a look at this profile out here, you can see this is a bullish structured profile. Very clear distinction. Center line at 1322, bottom at 1278, top of the box at 1455. If this can hold that level, then that says that is your intermediate term time frame buy. At the same time, this is going into a sign of strength. At least it's a wide-ranging bar, and it does have volume. There were 63 million shares to the upside out here. That was the week of January 1st. So the very first week of the year, 63 million. Today you're pulling, or this week you're pulling back with 18 million. If we double it from this point on, it'll be 36 million to cover the rest of Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday out there. So, that would have to be my call when you say intermediate term. However, and here is the daily chart. Daily chart shows the actual breakout, January 3rd. Big gap to the upside. What are gaps? They are your friends. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you better take a look at gaps as being your friend because they release a ton of information. Now, this gap has not been tested yet. Perhaps during the trading session today, tomorrow, or Friday, maybe that gets tested, that being 1251. You'd like to see it get tested. There was 23.1 million shares. Yesterday, you were down with 9.3. So the sellers, they're not ganging up on BlackBerry out here, but you'd really like to see that level. So you have two areas to watch. We'll give deference to the weekly profile out here, but ideally you'd see a close and a test above 1251. If you saw a close below 1251, then your next possible entry point is going to be 1202. And from there, you could just really come back all the way to where this move began in January, and that could be at 1125. So those are your parameters. I hope that assists you with your trade. Bob in Colorado, thanks so much for taking the time to write in. Let's see if we've got some others here. The boards have just lit up, and the answer is no. No other request out there. Somebody, though, is offering to give me Einstein's secret. I wonder what that secret is. Do you know? I know what the secret is. Every now and then there's a light bulb that's going to go off. And that light bulb, folks, that's the light bulb inside our noggins out there. And if you really take a look at what tonight's workshop is all about, that I'm doing for subscribers, it is really to help turn on a light bulb. Now, some of you might just be listening to the show. You're not really much into, you really don't know where to begin with technical analysis. Even some of you may have been a technician for quite a period of time. What I can tell you, even though there's an assortment of tools that we're going to go through, and all these tools I believe are the best of the best, and you want to use and be able to understand those tools, tonight is really about the same thing it was for me nearly 12 years ago when I heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and I said to myself, I want to learn this technical analysis. I want to be able to be free, to be able to look at any stock chart, and in a moment's time, understand what buyers and sellers are doing, because quite frankly, that's the most fundamental thing. I'm looking to touch a few of you out there. If you're sitting on a fence, it's time to get off the fence, because there is no better time. This is going to be a great workshop. You're also going to get access to several of my other workshops over the coming months. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. All the details, the homepage of TFNN.com.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the Taz Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back. We've got the Dow up 155. S&P is up 8. Had a request inside the den from Harley to go take a look at this ticker symbol here. Nutella is what it reminds me of, but that's not what we're really looking at. It is NTLA being the ticker symbol, and it is called Intellia Therapeutics out there. Funny how that works. Now, I don't know if, Harley, if you're in, if you're not in, but if we take a look at this equity, we're looking at the daily chart here. With regard to gaps being your friends, 2541 is now a level of support. So the mere fact that it was able to close above that, that is a beautiful thing out here. Today, in essence, it has come back and tested that. So 2 days ago, the trading day of January 29th, closes that gap, does it with lighter volume small when it comes to closing or a gap or repairing a window, as you might call it. Just simply closing above what should have been old resistance now becomes new support. So watch that 2541 level out here. Is there an A to B equals CD that has been confirmed out here? Well, we look at the trading day of January 5th. 712,000 shares was taken out with 1.2 million shares. So the answer there is absolutely. So if we take a look at it, the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD price projection was already hit. And then the 1-1.272 level of 2659 is in essence where we're trading right now. This says to us what this wants to do is get to the next level. You know, take it to the next level out there. Who's that? The Eagles that sings that tune out there. So the next level here for Soaring Eagles is going to be $28.86. Now, the key to it being able to make that move is the ability to just simply recycle and overcome the mere fact that it's singing in the key of G. That means the trading session from right here on January 30th, that high needs to be taken out. And if that high gets taken out, well, that's a beautiful thing. That's another indication that there is a change in trend underway and even a run back up to its highs in the 33-ish range. So watch from 2 days ago. I don't know if you're in it. If you're not in it, then that's a different subject matter. But at this stage here, I'm just doing the analysis of what Intellia Therapeutics is doing. It's above the weekly profile, so that looks intermediate term good. It is doing a retracement if we want to pay attention to our retracement levels, and there's no reason not to, but we can't use that, or we shouldn't use that, or use it if you want as your core. I'd rather take a look at a number of different things. We can see that this has reached the 0.618 retracement level. This is on a weekly base from its high to its low out there, but this came into the 0.382 level with a wide-ranging bar. That's a beautiful thing. You've extended that. This says to me, if we're just taking a look at retracements, okay, it's a pause. It's the elevator. It's getting on an elevator and just simply, you're letting some people off. So you're just letting some people off. And 2970, the 0.786 retracement level, becomes its next target. A Rooney out there. That is on NTLA, Intellia Therapeutics out there. They're all chasing my gene editing stocks I cleaned up on. No, I got it. I sold the weakest of them all. Okay. Oh, that is, hey, congrats there. All right, so let's go take a look at, what do we want to take a look at? We haven't even touched on gold, have we? The reason there hasn't even been a question yet about gold. That's an amazing thing. Maybe that's a bullish thing. Maybe that's a super bullish thing. Well, if it's going to get super bullish, we take a look at the gold contract. What it needs to do is it's got to close above 1348.20. End of story. Period. Simple. It's just got to do that. That happens to be Stevie's red line, 1348.20. That is a number that price needs to close above. Because if it doesn't, it says there's more retracement. Now, is that a big deal out here? Probably not. And when I say probably not, let's go make sure that probably not is the correct answer. And the only way to give the correct answer is to go take a look at its TAS profiles. So if we do that here, we're going to go take a look at the gold contract, and we're going to really focus on the daily time frame. We were just looking at a daily chart. The daily time frame here says, yeah, okay, price can continue to pull back. Pull back to where? Well, you're looking at 1333.33. That's what I said, 1333.30. Not really 1333.33, but 1333.3. There's a lot of threes out there. Or 1337, it could be a good holding level. So sideways movement. Why is the gold contract moving sideways? Well, one of the reasons might be because of this guy, or it could be this gal. If we're talking the Susan B. Anthony U.S. dollar index, it's got a seventh wave move out there. It's trying to get above Stevie's red line. It's been thwarted each time being the last 2 days, it's tried to do that. Right now, the red line reading is 89.16. You know that changes a little bit back and forth. And if it closes above that, here's one thing I can gosh darn guarantee you. Not that I can guarantee this, but what I would say is the U.S. dollar index closes above Stevie's red line. Gold's going to go test that 1333.30. Maybe even 1326. But right now, the U.S. dollar index remains bearish. And it only remains bearish because at this stage of the game, after making a 1 to 2 A to B equals CD to the downside, it has not generated a bullish reversal signal. And, underscore, it can't close above Stevie's red line. But if it does, well, then that changes everything with regard to the retracement that we would see inside of gold. And what would really change that would be closing below the price level of not 1333, but 1326.90. That is the line of demarcation as we speak. But at this stage here, it's trying to figure out what the U.S. dollar index wants to do. The U.S. dollar index is trying to figure out what the euro wants to do. They're just doing a little bit of a waltz, and we don't know how that is going to end or play out. So that is Goldilocks out there. Let's go take a look at a couple of stocks that are moving around here. How about that Boeing out there? Big juice inside of the Dow. Boeing now confirming another A to B equals CD to the upside. This is a daily chart taking out the swing point from January 17th. That had volume of 9.6 million shares. Today, thus far, you've done 7.3. I find it hard to believe, although it could happen, that this is not going to exceed 9.6 million shares out there. And if that's the case, there's a small, at least a small, A to B equals CD to the upside. And what we would do is we'd take the price point, or I would, the December 22nd low, the high out here for the B point, January the 17th, and the C point just a few days later, January 22nd. And that gives you a run up to 391.26, 407.37, even Steven 427.86. But what this needs to do is close above 352.23. You're at 354.84 as we speak right now. That's your short-term take on Boeing. Looks like it wants to fly to new highs. Of course, it's at a new all-time high, but looks like it wants to continue flying. And folks, that is wide price spread. Accelerated volume. You just have to fill in the gap, so to speak. Just do it mentally, because that turns that into a wide ranging bar. We got the Dow up 151, S&P up 7. Of course, everybody sitting on pins and needles, waiting for Janet Yellen's decision out here. I think her decision is to maybe uncork some bubbly. That's what I'd be doing on my last day on the job. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Of course, it'd be sake, wouldn't it? We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned, because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So just a quick update. When we began the show, we were looking at the market for the S&P 500, and we're back to even Steven here, or we're very close to it. It keeps switching. When we went to break, we were at 133 issues above the top of their box daily. That is S&P 500 and 133 below. Right now, at this moment, we're at 130 above, 137 below. So it's going to be an important day out here. It's all about the close with regard to what it is that we're looking at. Because if we did get a bearish crossover and we did see price close below the daily TAS market profile in the ES, that would suggest to you and I we've got, I don't care what my other indicators say, this would say we are going to work a bit harder to form a bottom out here. We want to go take a look and end the show, I believe, with looking at Skyworks Solutions. This is for M inside the Tiger's Den out there. And do I like scallop sashimi? I had it last night. I love it. I eat it 4 days. I eat it for lunch out there. Is how much I like it. It's a great protein and no real calories out there. But let's go take a look at Skyworks Solution. That was a sidetrack out here. With regard to Skyworks Solutions out here, just really kind of in this little bit of consolidation type of a range out here. The highs of 103 down to the lows of 93 out here. Now you're headed more towards those lows. I would anticipate that this would get down to 95, 89. That's the bottom of a new daily box out here. Volume-wise on this, really the benchmark is going to be the trading session out here from the day of, what's that day? December the 6th. 97.12 is the price point. Volume there is 5.3 million shares, 1.6 as we speak right now. Not a lot of sellers left in Skyworks Solution. Let's just take a look at an intermediate term chart inside the weekly. The weekly has nice support at 94.92, so that looks pretty nice. You wouldn't want to see it close below that price level of 93.05. In summary, just looks like Skyworks Solutions is just kind of consolidating, moving sideways out there. Not much other than that. Folks, stay tuned because really, your favorite polar bear, everybody in this world's favorite polar bear, David White. He's up next. Tom O'Brien from 3 to 5, and I'll be with you from 5 to 6 doing my workshop exclusively for subscribers of Mastering Probability. Hope you're one of them. We'll see you soon.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.